Hey everybody! This is Trenny and C on Thursday night, 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern time, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know your time zones.
I know my time zones. I don't know the central one though.
I think it'd be 8.
Okay, what about mountain time?
7.
Mountain time.
Yeah.
Well,
Hawaii? No idea.
I think there's 5 or even 6 time zones in Canada. Weird. Okay, it's a big place. This is a whiskey review show. We are Trenny and C. I am Trenny. This is C. We have a whiskey for you today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Today we've got a cool one. Super cool. Buffalo Trace Distillery Experimental Collection made with oats.
So smooth.
So cool.
Very cool.
It is small. And you know what? There's a lot of this still on the shelves at the liquor store here.
Do you know why?
I do know why.
Yeah.
Because it's $100.
Yeah. And
it's this big. In the U.S., you would call that a pint. Here in Canada, we would call it a Mickey, which is typically it's a small.
355 milliliters.
Yeah. One thing before we go to our usual credits, credits, just a little shout out for some of our whiskey review buddies. We have kind of a tight knit whiskey reviewer community.
Yeah.
We're buddies with the Scotch Test Dummies. We've been on live stream with those dudes.
They're great.
We share bottles of whiskey with Rob at Whiskey in the Six.
Yeah.
We do some chatting with Bubba and the Beard.
That's my...
Is that you chatting?
Chatting. That's,
cool.
That's new age chatting. Okay, go ahead.
Swami, who is malted in Montreal.
Yeah.
One of our other dudes, Vin. Vin is No Nonsense Whiskey. We've got My Bourbon Journey.
We've got the Devil's Milk.
Devil's Milk, Carl from the Devil's Milk.
We'd like to thank everybody. We'd like to thank the Academy.
Gosh, I feel like we're missing people though. Geez, I'm on the spot here. If I think of any, of course, Whiskey Whistle.
Whiskey Whistle.
Mark the Whiskey Whistle.
Yeah.
There's so, you know what, if you're watching our channel, you may have stumbled on us from watching one of them. Hopefully if you're watching us and you haven't heard of those guys, you go out and check them out. A lot of great options for you there. None anywhere near as good as us.
Of course, obviously.
Not even close.
Yeah.
No offense, guys.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're just different.
It's just different. Whatever.
We're different. We're different. We've all got our own kind of gimmick and theme and things.
We are just primarily gimmick.
We're just a giant gimmick, so that's our problem. Anyway, let's cut to credits here. You stick around, get comfortable, and we'll see you in about 30 seconds here.
Pour yourself something here.
Describing all the flavors for you and me. Irish, Scotch, bourbon, and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why.
Okay, here we are. Let's get right into this one today, I think. Don't you think?
I'm starting to pour it.
I'm
pouring it already.
So, we got the Buffalo Trace Experimental Oats. What is that bottled at, see?
This is 45% alcohol, 90 proof, to answer your question.
Either way, half of the information we've researched about this particular bottling, all the same info is actually just on the bottle, so...
Again, I've already close-up did this one once, but hopefully it's zooming in. It does its own little zoom thing. And you can see here just how much information is available right on the bottle of this one.
Crazy.
So, do you want to do info first, or do you want to taste it?
Let's taste it first.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask the people.
Right.
I was going to say, do you get annoyed when it takes too long for us to taste the whiskey? Like, are you sitting there while we're talking going like, just taste it?
Just taste it already.
Just taste it. Just Just try it.
Because I've been there. I've been watching reviewers and they go for it and then they don't touch it and then they're about to grab it and then they don't.
Talking
about touch it.
Like sometimes we have a little stopwatch going at the bottom here so we can see how long we've been talking, and sometimes we're like at 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And we haven't even drank it yet, and we're thinking people are getting pissed off.
Like, for example, we're at 6 minutes now.
Yeah, and we're actually talking about drinking it, but still not drinking it. Like, are you getting mad right now?
I would be. I'm kind of getting mad.
Leave us a comment and say whether it pisses you off when people don't drink it right away.
Yeah.
Because we could switch that up. We could take a quick sip or something.
Yeah, we could even drink it while we're talking about it and not even review it.
We have a bit of an order and a flow to how we do our reviews, though, if you haven't noticed. So we'd have to switch that up.
Doesn't seem to be going that way tonight. Always switching it up. Let's do viscosity first. Okay, so color right off the bat.
Yeah, what?
Golden honey, amber. It's a light kind of amber color. It's nice.
I also had amber, new copper penny with this. It's got this strawberry blonde tint to it, though.
It does. Yeah.
A little bit of a strawberry blonde, like a lovely hair color for a woman. That would be beautiful.
It's actually kind of like when sunshine's coming through the window in the morning, and it's like that glow when there's. It's great. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's nose the damn stuff. This bourbon is very different than regular Buffalo Trace. Mm-hmm. Very different. Like the nose.
Different.
Honestly, this is one of those noses, especially when you're lining it up, because when we do our notes, we usually are tasting 3 or 4 at the same time. Yeah. And this one I really found, it took a while for the nose to open up against other whiskeys. But when it does, it's a whole...
It keeps coming.
Yeah.
But you know what? And that's a recommendation I'll say. You don't have to taste your bourbons that way, but if you have a few of them, it really helps you put things into context to taste a few side by side, because there's been times when I'm like, oh, this is a really fruity bourbon, and then I taste it next to another one and I'm like, whoa, no, that's
really fruity. This is musty or whatever.
You know?
Yeah.
So you can really figure things out by trying it next to another one. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so off the nose I get kind of like a new plastic toy smell. I get a lot of this medicinal style throat lozenger kind of thing.
I wish I could.
I have a bit of a sore throat, so I feel like this throat lozenger style of a whiskey is going to help me tonight.
Yeah, you know what? It actually is. That's bang on. This is very mentholyptus.
Yeah. There's sour cherry blasters is in there.
I've got sweet and sour as a note. Minced tart, sour raisin.
One of my notes that I said, and it's because I couldn't put my finger on it, but there's something Halloween-y to the nose. It reminded me of Halloween for some reason. Like those slight caramel candies that you get at Halloween, but at the same time
like
it has
the molasses?
like the molasses candies. But at the same time it has those medicinal things, and honestly, if I was going to compare this to a Scotch, this would be like the region from Islay to me. Even though they're not anything alike, but it does have that medicinal kind of thing going on, which is like a peated whiskey in a way.
I got a chocolate covered fruit note to it.
Yeah, totally.
Also vanilla. It kind of goes with the sweet and sour. There is brown sugar and nutmeg, but yeah, it's definitely got a weird spiciness to it.
A huge range of
goes
smells.
from sweet and spicy and chocolatey and fruity and
to medicine cabinet.
Medicinal. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay,
crazy.
Let's
taste the damn stuff.
Let's taste it.
We're at 10 minutes, by the way, when we're tasting.
Woo! Wow, that is, for me, that is the throat lozenger, like that chloroseptic kind of thing that you get for a sore throat, which I have, so it's helping.
I get a bit of a floral, a bit of flower petals, kind of.
Totally, like rose water kind of thing.
Like almost, it's got that, it tastes a bit perfumey.
Yeah.
You know, like, not in a bad way, but like just, it's got that kind of like, you know how like a Gewürztraminer has a bit of a kind of a perfumey kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not exactly like that, but I'm just trying to kind of gauge it against something else.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very unique flavor. This one.
It's oddly likable.
Yeah, at first it was one of those ones where I was like, what is going on here? Because it's almost numbing in the mid palate. Like
it's not your father's bourbon. It's not your grandfather's.
No, it's different. It's very different. For $100 a bottle, for this size, it's always not a bargain.
A gamble.
A gamble.
But the thing about it is that when you spend that kind of money, you do want to taste something unique, and I think that's what we got here.
Absolutely.
It's not the best bourbon ever, but it's definitely unique and interesting, and it's not bad. So like you're trying it and you're going like, oh, $100, and you're like, but what can I compare it to? I don't know that there's
not
anything
much.
else.
Yeah,
to
it's
compare
very
it to.
different. And this is one that, as the bottle's been going down, it has been getting better.
Yeah,
better and better.
It's something that in the States, I'm sure you get it much cheaper. I say try it because it's a sensory experience.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time it's when you don't know what something is and you can't gauge it towards another product that you're used to, you just maybe assume it's bad. Yeah. When in reality, it's just different, and unique, this is unique and different. And nowadays, that's what we look for in a bourbon, or any whiskey for that matter. Something that's different. Should we get to finish? To finish.
Just before that, I also had, just still on the fruit note from the nose, it does have a fermented fruit thing going on.
Yeah. Kind
of goes in with the flower petals and this and that, but it has a organically fruity, and it's gardeny. I don't know. There's things happening in your garden.
When in the spring when you start to smell the flowers.
That's right.
Stuff like
It's kind of like being out there when it's all pollinating and popping and
it's very fresh. Very fresh. I'm gonna add a touch of water to this because it does take it with our cool new little ceramic barrels.
Good thing we have two because I feel like one of us is gonna break it.
Yeah.
Finish.
Again, this for me it flows with the medicinal thing, but it's not that it finishes swiftly or anything like that, but it's very warming, and it's kind of like, I think I could drink this as like a hot toddy kind of thing.
No, you could.
You know?
The floral notes linger for me with the finish. It's got a bit of a chewy, rubbery kind of thing going on, which is maybe the medicinal characteristics.
Yeah, like a peated scotch in a way.
And the oak kind of piece is lasting for me.
Yeah. So viscosity is it's actually it's less syrupy and thick than I would think, but just because that you would think from everything that we've said, but it's perfect. It's great. Nice weight to it. Good body. Good function.
We're running out of time here, but I want to read some information here real quick.
Sure.
As we said, it's made with oats. It says it's bourbon whiskey. Total production 20 barrels. Distilled on April 29th, 02. Date barreled April 30th, 02. Recipe is corn, malt, and oats.
Cool.
It is mash type sour. Still proof was 135. Entry proof 102 and 115. So it must have been 2 batches. Warehouse I7. Rick. Row and slot 52 and 0.
One thing we didn't talk about, sorry to interrupt, but that it is oats. One of the main components of this is oats.
Yeah.
Pretty unique.
Barrel type white oak. Maker independent stave company. Stave 6 months air dried. Treatment number 4 char. And it's bottled on 10/27/2011. Aged at bottling 9 years, 5 months. It's almost 10 years old.
And we're at 15 minutes.
Chill filtered, 45% alcohol. What did we score it?
Okay, I gave it a 28.42, which is pretty huge. You gave it a 27.13. All in all, it's 27.99. Right behind us here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th place for the year.
That's pretty damn good.
Very nice.
Cool.
Hey, thanks for watching Trendy and C. we're running out of time here, but we'll see you next week.
All right.